The fact that y'all can't stop being mean to people for a week is crazy. Okay, we're back to talk about another bridal disaster, I guess. Had to make some tea for this one. So this time we're taking a look at a bridal photographer. So this bride posted this TikTok. Ooh. Now, obviously, they look super unhappy about the photos. It looks like she had a really cool reception, like pop off, pink carnival, whatever. Like her dress looked stunning. Cool, great. And she says that no accountability was taken. Her photographer happily sent these over. She still had to pay full price. She's super not thrilled about it. That sucks. If that was the only set of photos that her photographer sent over. Well, there were more that she decided not to put in the video. Girl! You got back way more than what you showed us, and you didn't think that anybody was nosy enough to go look at your whole wedding album? I am. I wanted to see. And I know I'm not the only one, because there's other people on TikTok who are finding the same album and looking at the photographers that you tagged to see if they've posted anything about it. Now, as of right now, the actual photographers have not made any statements, but if they do in the future, either I will post a short about it or I will tack on to the end of my next video and see if we can add a little update on if anything else happens, because this is still really fresh. But I don't think the photographers really need to say anything. Like, I think she's just being a mean girl to her wedding photographers. Like, yeah, girl, you still had to pay full price because your photos weren't bad. They left a couple test shots in your gallery. The rest of it is usable. Maybe it wasn't exactly what you had in mind when you pictured your wedding, but maybe people would feel worse for you if you didn't just put the literal worst photos in there. Like, if you would have posted them like, I just hate all of them. Or, hear me out, you could have communicated with your bridal photographer and told her, this is my vision, this is what I want. But we didn't get any of that background. We just got the worst photos back from our bridal photographer, and here they are. Look at all these terrible, out of focus, everything's blurry, like everything looks like shit. Girl, I scrolled the 300 plus photos in your bridal album. They're not all bad. They're not all bad. So maybe somebody would feel bad for you if you would have been a little bit more transparent and been like, I just didn't love the photos I got back. It didn't fit the vibe I was going for. This is how I would have liked it to be photographed. This is the memory that I wanted. This is the vibe that I wanted. You didn't say that. We just came right out the gate with, oh, my bridal pictures were complete ass and everything was terrible, and look at the lighting and look how blah, blah, blah it is. Look at it. And here's who did it. Can we stop shaming the bridal industry? I'm not sure when it became a trend to go on TikTok and tell everybody about how terrible a stylist, photographer, makeup artist is, but could we just stop? Because this is getting a little out of hand. Last week we had the makeup scandal, the week before that we had Tonergate, and now we have, there's not even a name for this, it's so fresh. We have the photography fiasco, okay? Like, it just, I don't understand when we got so comfortable tagging people outright to talk shit about them on the internet. I don't. Now, on Stephanie's page, you really can't dig that deep and find the full album. I don't know if she was just a secondhand shooter, that they combine their album and send everything over together, or what. I don't know the ins and outs of that. But I do know that I took a little scroll through her Instagram as well. Her photography has a very like whimsical kind of vibe to it, which, don't get me wrong, maybe you didn't want that, but you can clearly tell that that's her style from her Instagram, which I'm pretty sure you took a look at before you booked her. So, whose fault is that? Anyways, as of right now, the photographers have not said anything. As of right now, the albums are still available online. No hate to the photographers at all. Maybe those were test shots with the lighting to figure out what would work and what wouldn't work. You did have lots of like lights, and it was dark, and there was a lot of contrast, and there was a lot of different things. I'm sure that they were doing some test shots to get their lighting right, because it is an oddly lit area. Again, I'm not a photographer, so I can't really comment on too much of the ins and outs of the actual photos. I just don't understand why we've started tagging people that did services for us that we didn't like. Like, I don't know if there was any communication behind the scenes. We don't know anything yet. Neither of the photographers have responded, but ooh, they might not, because honestly, I don't think they did anything wrong. I think this girl is just chasing whatever, and she's got a little under 100,000 likes on her video as of right now, which is crazy. Definitely not as big as the makeup artist scenario yet, but the outright tagging is crazy. If you don't like something about something that was done on your wedding day, I understand that you can't go back and redo it, but you could have done more research beforehand. You could have been like, hey girl, this is my vision board, this is my mood board, this is the exact vibe I'm trying to achieve. Can you achieve that for me? And then if they said no, don't hire them. Or if you don't feel confident in their abilities, don't hire them. Or if they come out and take a look at the space and they're like, ooh, the lighting ain't what I thought it would be, we'll make it work. Which the photos aren't that bad. I don't know what she was going for. To leave out all of the ones that have like proper lighting, the proper settings on the camera, the proper editing to them, that is crazy, girl. That is crazy. And then to tag them like they don't have the full albums, like they aren't available to the general public. Ooh, that's embarrassing! Because you know all the rest of us out here are nosy, and it took me less than 5 minutes to find this photographer on Instagram, scroll to her website, go all the way down through her portfolio, and find this girl's whole wedding album. If there's any developments in this, I will add them onto the next video, or if there's a lot, I will just make a second video about it. But I don't know, maybe the photographers will come out and say something, because they did get directly tagged, which is ooh. But thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one.